Good evening. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dice Illusions and our ongoing campaign, Fool's Landing, set in the Forgotten Realms using the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd Edition system. I'm Jamie. I will be the Dungeon Master this evening, and I'm joined by four great players here tonight. Starting with left to right on my screen, if you could introduce yourselves and who you're playing. Starting with Molly.
Hey, I'm playing a Mithra, a Rashomai fighter gladiator. What am I? Fourth or
Level,
fifth
I
level?
think I want to say you're fourth level. Yeah, that's a good
Fourth
question.
level.
Yeah,
No, I think yeah.
awesome. Yeah, we'll
Your fifth.
pop this up right now. You're
Yeah,
actually fifth. You just popped
thank you.
fifth last time. Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
right. Yeah.
we have two fifth level.
Yay.
Awesome. Good to have you. And next up we have Tim.
And Tim, I'm playing Griff. He's a fourth level human-ish ranger.
Perfect. And then we have Brandon.
Hello, I am Brandon. I am playing Nod. It's nice to see everyone again.
Yeah, welcome back. And then last but not least we have Chris.
So I'm playing a Elven mage, fifth level.
Fifth level. All right, perfect. We're gonna jump back in and do a quick recap. Everybody got their XP from last session there. Nobody did level up yet, but you guys are moving right along. One of your better sessions XP wise, you killed a Death Knight. So that was definitely an accomplishment and a boon for XP. But we find ourselves actually on the top floor of our tower that we've been. Let's see, maybe I should go back and find the picture of the tower. I think the best pictures showing how you guys got here originally.
Yeah.
And you have all been now traversing these different levels within the tower, finding some various eccentric things and some ancient things that were connected to the Seychelles Sea Elves, and you've made your way all the way up through the tower. You've fought a few, let's see, in your creatures list, I've shown everything that you've been fighting on your way up, starting probably most notably with this creature that you killed, the Yugoloth, kind of nasty thing. And then on your way up, you've encountered helmed horrors as well. You've now killed 4 helmed horrors on your way up through the tower. And interestingly, most recently, you had fought some Madar who seemed to be captive on the floor below, on the 3rd floor in the sub towers. There were some Madar there who seemed to have been potentially trapped by mirrors on the walls that kept them from leaving. And let's see, what else did you fight in here? You fought a drow elf as well, tried to attack you, and you soundly defeated that. So you've got a roll call of all these creatures that you've fought on your way up until last session when you encountered this creature here, the Death Knight. And that was a pretty challenging battle, being that the Death Knight was 75% magic resistant, making him pretty difficult, and in the meantime causing quite a bit of damage to you all along the way. So let me move us to the map. We're up on the top floor, and I'll let you guys cover anything else you wanted to mention detail-wise. I just wanted to give a quick rundown of where we find ourselves. But if anyone else would like to add, feel free.
I mean, something specifically Nod would have noted, it was the mimic. Encountering that as well.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and just that Death Knight was something fierce. With the spells and everything.
Yeah, that was a challenge.
Yeah, that was the last session, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
we're up on
survived
top.
that, And several of you are still feeling some effects from that battle. But you had, I think, made your way into the center chamber on the 3rd level, where you found that there was a levitation aura that was able to lift you up to this 4th level, where you took a look around. You actually walked the entire perimeter of this level and didn't see anything on the outer perimeter, and instead then went to the center chamber and did a eeny meeny miny mo, I think, on which direction to start. And you picked this door here where you came in, and you saw on a center pedestal what appears to be a glowing crown. And when I say glowing, it's not very bright, but it's noticeably, it's got an orange aura to it. I'll draw that on the map for you.
Oh yeah, and I failed my save, didn't I?
Yeah, you
Like there was a save.
were feeling overwhelmed a little bit and compelled to reach out and grab it, and as if it was asking you to. So I think where we left off was you and Mithra were reaching for the crown, and the others were going to try to prevent you from grabbing the crown, I believe, if I saw that.
What? Seems legit. Come on, let me touch it. Let me grab it.
So if what I would say is we could do a dexterity check for anyone who is trying to stop a Mithra from grabbing the crown. Go ahead and do one first, Molly, and a dex check, and then we'll have the others roll to see whoever's trying to prevent you from grabbing it.
There we go.
Oh my. Okay, that's gonna be hard to beat. So she
Wow.
beat hers by 10. So is anyone trying to prevent her from grabbing the crown? You'll do a dex check, and we'll see if you're able to. Oh, okay. All right. Griff is not having it, so he is able to stick. Tell us, Griff, how would you stop Molly from touching the crown?
I think I would probably use either the flat of my short sword or the hammer side of my tomahawk and just whack her hand. And then, like, no, wait, don't grab that.
What the hell, man? I want this.
You can do another save for spell, Molly, and I'll give you a +1 on this roll. This would be a -1.
Which tab is that on? The saves. I know it's info
Good question.
tracker.
I'm just.
Under info.
Oh, you got it. You got it. Let's see. Okay.
I added the +1.
So once again, you're feeling like, hey, I want to grab the crown. You're going to go ahead and grab it again, and you can try again to prevent her, guys, if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get in between
So,
her and it.
so go ahead and do dex checks again here.
Mind yourself.
Oh my goodness, Tim, look at your roll. Okay, so Griff is got basically the angle on you now where he's got you. He's between you and the crown, and you guys can decide how much you want to roleplay that as far as, but you don't feel like violently compelled to it, you just feel drawn to it. So to put it into perspective.
I'll just say something doesn't feel right about this crown. Guys, help me get her away from it.
I deserve this crown. I've earned it. Step aside. You don't understand, Griff.
How big is it?
And I can't give him like a gentle, friendly shove.
Who wants your treasure? You know? Yeah. The crown appears to the crown appears to be sized for a medium-sized head. It's got a sort of orangish glow to it, and it seems, if you guys want to do like a crafting check or appraisal check or some type of skill here to try to learn more about it, I can tell you other facts possibly. But it's got a couple of symbols on it, As far as you can tell, it's made from a fine... Okay, yeah, Kurza, I don't know that you would know this, but I think with a roll that good, I'm gonna say that you'll have... You think that this circlet crown is possibly made out of mithril.
Oh, would
And
blacksmithing work for that?
yeah, and
Curious value.
there you go. As a blacksmith, Nod, you would know that mithril is typically known to be used amongst the dwarven races, and particularly those from the Underdark. You guys would piece that together collectively, that this is a mithril crown and has this glowing orange hue to it. It's adorned with several different symbols. Does anyone have religion or heraldry? Maybe not. I don't think you guys do. Okay. Yeah, you just basically see that it looks like it has possibly some holy symbols on it and a coat of arms.
Quick detect magic on it. And the rest of the room, too.
So the
Mithra is definitely not behaving like her usual self.
you would, Kurza, cast your detect magic and get a sense that the magic, that it's definitely magical, the crown is, and it actually seems to have both a sense of, let's see, I think you would, yeah, you would,
Anything else in the room?
yeah, there is, 1 second, but the spheres that you're getting, or the schools of magic that you're getting from the crown, are both alteration and necromancy.
That's disturbing.
There is also looks like a set of armor that's sitting on this back area here. Appears to be like a chainmail armor.
I say that crown is both necromantic and alteration. For all we know, it could make you into an undead.
But it's so beautiful. Look.
I have an idea, Mithra. Do you have a spare bag?
Can I get a feel for the armor and what it's radiating?
I have a spare bag, Nod.
With the spare bag, that if you're going to offer it, I'm going to try to use the bag to pick up and envelop the crown without physically touching it.
The armor does not appear to... see, I don't believe it has...
Magical?
No, it doesn't have any magic, I don't believe. Let me double check that, though. That's actually interesting. Okay. No, it doesn't. It does not appear to be magical. However, it does appear to be finely crafted. If you'd like to do an appraising check on it, Kurza, or anyone else that has appraising,
Okay.
or blacksmithing, you can use that also. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, Nod. I think you once again, and it makes sense that Nod would know the most about this. That you would see that the chainmail itself is also something from potentially from the Underdark, but this appears to be Elven chainmail, very finely crafted.
I would definitely inform everybody, let them know that this is Elven chainmail, and we should probably bring it with us.
And it's also made out of mithril.
Oh, yes, and it's also made out of mithril.
Yeah.
So am I able to use the bag as a tool and essentially pick up the crown and get it nice and sealed inside of this bag?
You could do that. Yeah, you could try to put the crown in the bag. The appraising value of the armor is about 5,000 gold. And so if you want to go ahead and do a dex check with your grab, I know that you're pretty much only can roll one number to fail. But
no, with dex is a different story. That one's up in the air.
Uh-oh. Do you like to Astonishing Fortune that?
Yeah, sure, why not? And we will re-roll. Hey!
Okay, all right. So You're able. What are you wrapping it in, or what are you?
I'm assuming it's a large sack or just a sack, just a general purpose use. It wouldn't be anything fancy.
And what's your technique for pushing it into or getting it into the bag?
If I needed like an extra hand per se to like other than holding open the bag, maybe I could use one of the tools or lock or thief's tools to help push it into the bag and get it correctly in there without actually having to physically touch it.
All right. All
I was
right.
thinking worst case, I would open the bag reverse, grab it with the bag, and then unseal the bag, basically, or
putting
reseal
a
it,
pillowcase on a pillow kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
pretty much.
Okay. So yeah, you get this crown into your large sack there, and it seems like it it has a normal weight to it and everything that you would have expected as it falls into your bag, and you've got it now with you.
And I guess I will bring that bag back over to Griff and hand it to him. It's probably safer with you than with anybody else, especially that one. And nod my head towards the Mithra.
Does the enchantment kind of dissipate when he bags it up?
Let's see. Go give it a roll. Let's see how you're feeling about it now.
You want it more?
We
Fresh.
have the precious.
Still with a +1? You say? Like last time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh man. So I would say that you feel like you deserve to carry it, and why shouldn't you be allowed to carry it? Why is he giving it to Griff, right?
Yeah,
Feels like
I don't think I've ever made a save versus spells in this game. Ever.
No, it's not
I-
been your strength.
They're hard to make.
Come on,
Warriors.
Nod. You're being ridiculous. Come on, let me see that. I saw it
So-
first, you know.
I'll take it and I'll basically just say I'm going to keep this for us for later, the party. Then I'll put it in my backpack.
So how are you going to keep a gladiator who's interested in holding the bag from holding the bag? It's almost like boils down to at this point to intimidation or diplomacy or
The
something.
monkey in the middle.
Yeah, something like that, because she's feeling offended now that she wanted the crown. She wasn't allowed to grab the crown. Now the crown's in the bag and she can't even carry it. That's incensed.
Yeah, Griff. I could carry that. You don't need to carry that. It's fine.
Yes, but we don't want you to fondle it.
Why burden you with it?
We'll save it for later, but let me carry it, okay? And I just sort of put my hands on
And
my hips and
I'll
stare at
just
him
go
and
ahead and-
curious.
Yeah, I've already put it in my backpack.
Crown? What crown?
Yeah,
I'll say, hey, let's go check out this chainmail.
I think you would have to probably do some type of charisma check there to try to brush that off like that, potentially. I think that might be a good way to see if you're able to persuade her to drop it. So yeah, let's check out that chainmail, right? Griff says.
Oh, that chainmail sure is fine.
Look at this hand.
But
Look at it.
all right.
So yeah, you see this chainmail, by the way, which it's made out of that same mithril and crafted very finely. And for anyone that may or may not know about it, it's just extremely light and it's pretty resilient. It doesn't seem to scuff or get scratched or kinked in the chains and everything like other chainmail does that you've seen. So certainly would stand out in quality to you. Probably, let's see, I think one of the most...
Let's pick it up then, and we'll hold it up like you would a shirt or a coat or something like that.
Yeah.
Hold it up to Mithra to size it and see if it'd fit her.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by the chainmail, to be honest.
Because I think, can't you use that as part of your gladiator armor?
Yeah, this wouldn't slow me down too bad.
I'm fairly certain that it gets, because it's mithril, it's Elven and mithril, it's probably some extra bonus with it as well. It's super lightweight, it's all but like resistant to some things. If I had to guess, I'm not sure though.
I was gonna say you with your background and your blacksmithing would know
yeah.
the nature of it, right?
Yeah, I think if you guys want to roll maybe appraising and blacksmithing again, I can tell
I
you.
have blacksmithing too.
Yeah,
It's
go
been a
for
long
it.
time since I've been at the forge, but she did do some blacksmithing. Maybe we can work together, or should we just each roll?
Here, I'll do a little bit of
Yeah, if you'd like to, like aid in a roll,
raising.
you could do that, or he's already knows
He's
that
got
it's
it.
worth
Oh,
5,000.
yeah, I'll aid in his roll, and yeah,
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So you'll have basically on your roll, Nod, if you succeed by, or if you just rolled your check, we'll see how much you guys succeed by total.
should I roll too?
I need him to do Nod to do a blacksmithing check.
He did.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
He got a
It
3.
should be there.
Oh, I'm
Mithra
sorry.
did
I'm
it
Mithra.
also.
I'm sorry, Mithra. I'm sorry.
Ah,
I was
right on.
confusing you guys there. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good. So basically, you know that the links of armor. When you look really closely at the links of armor on the chainmail, there's almost like these little tiny elven characters from similar to the what you've been seeing in the books, right? Inscribed on the individual links of chainmail. And it's if you I don't know, I think just probably Kurza speaks Elven. Anyone else speak Elven?
I speak Elven.
Okay.
Yep.
If you guys want to do I don't know if you have reading, writing. You may not have reading, writing, or ancient languages.
I do.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I don't have. I can read and write Elvish, but I don't have reading writing as a proficiency.
Oh, okay. If you want to just do a intelligence check, and I think it's like a -3 for those of you that speak Elven.
Okay, how do we?
Oh, there you go. Okay, so even with the -3, you would have made your check. And
I put in -3. Did it roll it that way?
I don't know, did it? Let's see.
It did.
Okay, okay, good. Yeah, so you passed it. Chris, do you see it on the sheet?
Found languages, but I'm not sure where to do the roll for them.
Yeah, it's just intelligence.
Just do intelligence. Yeah, we'll just do a -3 to the roll.
Attributes?
Yeah, and your attributes, just click intelligence, and then when it says modifier, put -3.
Oh, so you guys together you don't quite have enough to determine what its context fully is, but it looks like it is in the chains. It's written across them, and you can read it. It's like a prayer etched into the chains themselves, and that those may be things that were activated or said by the wearer to help protect them. But you're not sure exactly what that is and everything. You're just piecing this together. And I think the biggest thing is that your collective knowledge on this would make you aware of the fact that for your rogues, for example, if they wore this, it wouldn't have any negative effects to their skills. And likewise for spellcasters, for wizards or sorcerers, if they wear this, it does not prevent their spellcasting ability.
Kurza, there you go, man.
Wow.
Want to try to wear it?
Non-magical, you said, right?
Did not appear to be.
But if you can wear it, you can get the benefits of having that armor class and still cast.
Correct. If you wear it, it will be like wearing chainmail, but you can still cast.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
I say
yeah, that is to say, I know you were asking earlier, like what the size of it is, and I think it would fit either a small human or an elf.
I'm really small.
So
yeah.
What would be the weight?
He's
Just
like an
curious.
elven child.
it's like a pound. It's extremely lightweight when you pick it up. It doesn't look light when you look at it, but when you hold it, it's very light. So you're gonna wear it, or is there a negotiation?
I hope you put it on.
If it fits you, it is your birthright.
It would be either him or Saharn.
Yeah, but who's taken the most damage in combat so far? Mithra or Griff or
I
Nod?
don't need it.
Wait,
My
hey,
interest in it should
what kind
be
of armor do you have now with Mithra? She's wearing like a
just would
a
my
mix
interest would
of things.
be yeah, and it comes out to I think, scale mail. My interest would be the tumbling because it can give me up to +4 on armored, but in my armor, which is heavy and bulky, it's the heaviest of for gladiators. I only get a +1. So if I had a lighter armor, I think I would get somewhere between maybe more than a +1. I don't know though. That would be a DM call.
Probably wear the armor then. I have an armor class of
But
6.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that if you all want to have a Mithra wear it, and yeah, I'm good with that.
There you go. That's a good trade for not carrying the crown.
yeah,
You had to go the whole way. Had to give her the next thing. So that's good. I like that. Sure. So you can definitely fit into this, and it might be a little snug in the shoulders or something, because yeah, it just depends on. But almost feels like cloth when you're putting it on, and it seems to expand in those ways. At first it might have felt a little tight when you're breathing in, and then the next breath it feels like it's loosened up, and all of a sudden it just seems to be a perfect fit and a complement to your whole get up now of armor. I guess you're gonna have sort of a mishmash still, and this is underneath it.
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I like this armor. This is really nice. What AC is it?
It's AC 5.
Nice.
All right, so you've got the crown in a bag, you've got the armor on the gladiator, and the rest of the room here that you've now had a chance to look around in. Let's see if there's anything else in here to mention. 1 second.
So there were a bunch of ancient weapons and cases and stuff like that.
Let's see.
Big 3x3 whatchamajigger.
Yeah, there's some other weapons that lie about in this area as well. There's also what you notice over here is a small like pool of water, like a sink or a fountain that's sitting here.
Something that you may be able to look into and see things. Or something to drink out of.
Let's see. So if you want to take a closer look at it and you do get close to it, let's see, do a wisdom check, please. So right on, you believe that it might be some type of scrying device. And because when you're looking down into it, the reflection in it is brighter than the room. And so it draws your attention to it, certainly. Are you going to get a closer look? Anyone else gonna join him?
I'll bring it to everybody's attention. I say, I think this might be some kind of scrying device or something. It looks like the water seems too shiny or something. And I'll step back.
Let's see. So I think we have, who else is in here? I think
Up to it.
Yeah, Renwick, what's he doing?
I'll have Renwick search the room, and pretty much at the same time that you're noticing this pool, he's a little shorter than Griff. It might be more difficult. He might have to get up on his tiptoes to see that there's this pool in there, but he'll certainly take a peek at it. And it's a little bright for him. It seems like it's daylight in the image, and he may not have seen the sun directly in a very long time, so he's having difficulty squinting into the light. But eventually he says, it's a tower on a hill on a cliff.
Sounds like the tower that Art saw.
Yeah, from what he describes to you, it does. And if you want to take a closer look, you can confirm that it brings up this image of this other tower. And I can show you that one again here. It's one of our...
Is there anyone moving around in it?
In the image, it seems like there's like waves crashing. It's like a live image, but there's no person
No people.
that you see. It's just this
You mentioned that we could see light. Can we see where the light's coming from, like the direction compared to the tower, to see if it's north, west, south, etc.?
Yeah, that's a great question. Does anyone have direction sense or anything like that?
Survival.
Where is it? Here it is. This is the one I've been looking for.
That would have been the Tower of Jornhoff.
Yeah, the light seems to be coming from the tower is what you're feeling. The tower itself is it's almost like it's, and I think maybe Kurza would be the one that would describe this to you all, that when he casts detect magic, he gets this hue of color on something, and in that same wavelength, when you're looking at this picture or this image that's coming through the reflection, it's the same feeling that he gets when he's detecting magic. Again, it's some type of radiance of magic that's coming from this tower, and it's daylight outside as well in the image, and so you're assuming it's daylight right now at the top of the surface of the water, but you're not sure.
It could be the pool itself is detecting magic upon what it views. So the tower is magical, perhaps? Whatever is causing it to glow? Perhaps. Have you ever figured out where this tower is?
You have a
Yeah, that was
strong...
the Jornhast. Yeah, that was the one that was over by Trader's Isle.
So let me
The
bring you
one that
back to this.
yeah.
There's two things there. So the map, real quick, and
the
then
one in
there's
the west.
there was a, let me show you those two things together. So this will help you piece together where we were, and this was, so you are here in the middle of the inner sea at what is the top of the northern of those three towers, the northernmost of those three towers, which is the Tower of Varodis. The western tower, southwestern, is the Jornhast Tower, and that is where you believe this pool is scrying to and what it's showing you. The tower you've never seen before is to the east, and that is Melkor's tower. So you're not exactly sure what that one looks like yet, but you've now seen Jornhast's tower a few times, or at least it's come up. Hopefully that helps give you some bearings.
If we're at the pool, I'll try something in Elvish. I want to see, what was the name of the Eastern Tower again?
Melkor's tower?
Yeah, I'll say I want to see Melkor's tower in Elvish.
Interesting. You're going to try to interact with the device. Let's see. Do you have... Let me take a look at your... It's taking its time opening the character sheets. There we go. I think you could attempt a spellcraft roll on that one, Chris, and then we'll see if what happens here. So, yeah, you think that that to interact with it, that you may have to put your hand into the water. You may have to touch the water itself when you interact with it.
I know you can do it, Kurza. You're
Let's
powerful.
put my hand
Say Nod would
flat-
discourage you, truthfully.
flat on the water and say the same thing.
You're going to wind up looking like me, Kurza.
All right. Let's see.
What's the name of the mage that was supposedly here?
Varodis.
Yeah. Varodis is the tower you're in currently. And
Renwick is being sent to kill him, right?
yeah, that's what Renwick's here for, was to find Varodis.
If this is the Varodis Tower, was Renwick sent to kill Varodis?
Yes, that's what he's here for. That's his...
Okay,
his
so that
motivation.
implies that each one of these has a mage attached to their tower.
I think
It's
you've...
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, yeah, I was just gonna say that you've yeah, you've linked the hierarchy of this Seychelles elves and how they had protected their myth Nantar settlement was through this triad of towers. And so it seems like that each of these, who you call as mage in the tower, were more considered to be like elders who were in control of that particular tower. And for whatever reason, it seems like Varodis has gone off the deep end. You don't know if all of them are in the same boat as he is, right? You just know that he seems to have been either betrayed or has become mad in some way or another. And so that's what you
Maybe
assume
he's
at this point, just from what you're been able to piece together.
maybe he's been wearing the crown too long.
There's always that. But as you touch the water and you say Melkor, it doesn't seem to react to the command. So you're not sure what that means. You may not be saying it right, which I think is one thing because it is an ancient Elven name. And so you're saying it in the way that you think it's said, but you're not exactly sure. So
Let's try. I want to see Varodis.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
We'll give the man a look at where his target is.
So you're gonna say Varodis? Okay, let's see.
It won't work and we won't tip him off, but
Did we ever ask Renwick who he's working for, why he was here for Varodis? Like, is he working for the Fire Knights? That's more so what I'm getting at.
I recall he wasn't very forthcoming, but maybe I'm mistaken.
Yeah, I think it's been some time since you spoke to him about what brought him here, but you've certainly had a chance to be around him to ask questions. So I think Renwick would have, when he initially met you, let you know that his clan of Sverfneblin were invaded by some creatures that were under the control of Varodis, from his understanding. So he began to try to hunt him down. He's got a very vengeful personality. And so he's been pretty much on the hunt looking for Varodis this whole time to avenge his clan. And I think after that, he intends to return to the Underdark to try to find his way again and settle another place potentially. But that's what brings him here. He speaks nothing but anger towards Varodis and how much he wants to put a blade through his throat when he sees him. So you know that he's got a lot of pent up emotion and anger towards him. So that would be something that everyone would have had time to absorb. Let's see, what else would you like to try? Any other?
last thing comes to mind.
I think Griff's ready to move to the next room.
Caddison, I wish to see Caddison Mevon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually pretty funny. Let's see, because I think
Oh, we have to go to a different Discord for that. Okay.
what might happen after a moment is when you say that, you start to see the water, the image in the water gets foggy, and then through the fog you can see what looks like a city, like a small city. You don't recognize the city, but you can tell that it's somewhere in Cormyr because of all of the purple banners and symbols that adorn the streets. And at that moment, you can see the back of a man walking down the street in what looks like maybe a capital city or a pretty important city, because some of the architecture appears to be pretty grand. And you expect or suspect that image is Caddison.
When Kurza does this, do we all see it or just Kurza?
Now, you would all see it if you're standing next to the...
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
Yeah, who's that?
No,
Sam?
either another evil wizard.
No, it's one of our benefactors. He was the one who helped us and was going to try and get the tattoos off of us. But I figured I'd try just out of the blue, try to see if I could make the pool work.
So you can use
What?
this magic to see anybody? Is that what you're saying?
Apparently, as long as I can, or you can enunciate the words right that you're looking for. Obviously, we're mispronouncing the ancient Elvish, but I know
I want to find.
this gentleman's name. So
So, as everybody's gathered around and become curious about this, and you've seen now that Kurza is able to manipulate it somehow, I'm gonna have everybody roll a save versus spell, please.
I'm over by the door. I say.
Yeah, you're good.
I made one barely.
It's more for Nod and Mithra and. Oh, nice! You did make one. There you go.
Kurza, can you use this to find my brother Shalgar?
maybe.
For Mithra, it's fine. You're mesmerized by the image and how accurate it seems to be, how realistic it seems to be. For Kurza and Nod, as you're looking at the image, you feel like all of a sudden the image is changing, like flashing every once in a while, and that something might be looking at you when it flashes. Like there's something there, like another face that almost like pops up, and you can't quite. It goes by so fast, but it's something that's a little disturbing as you're staring at the image in the water. That this close up of this face seems to just come in and out so quickly between what you're viewing, and you get the sense that
Everybody to step back.
yeah, you get the sense that you're being watched. Is what the feeling feels like. Is the only effect that you're feeling at the moment.
So somebody's watching us, watching what we're watching.
What's
So
wrong?
I'll go.
Someone's what?
You feel like, you feel the more that you would use it, the more you would risk either whatever it is looking at you having more knowledge about you, but you feel like you almost feel a little bit out of breath, Kurza and Nod, as if you just went up a couple flights of steps suddenly and find yourself just a little bit just short of breath as you're staring at this. But again, it's definitely, you feel, at least Kurza, you're the only one that would really know what Cadison looked like, so you're really the one that would be the one that could verify the picture that it actually works.
I'll do one last thing before I leave it be. I want to see whatever the name of the southwest tower is.
Jorhundast's tower. Okay. So
See if that comes up.
let's see. I'm just gonna roll for you here. The image gets cloudy again and does not appear to give you another picture.
Okay, so now it's just cloudy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Step away.
Try again, Kurza. Please, I
No, there's
implore
somebody
you.
watching us.
You don't understand.
Is
I
it like
have
a
to find
bowl
him.
on a pedestal?
It seems to have answers. Say that again.
Is it a bowl on a pedestal?
Yes.
Nod would start to panic, and being superstitious of this magic, he would definitely attempt to flip this bowl and he's done with it at this point.
Oh, okay. Is anyone gonna prevent
I'm gonna try
Nod
and
from
stop him.
flipping the bowl?
I'm gonna try and stop him.
Oh, don't
All right.
do that. Don't do that.
Let's do a dex check
Leave it
versus
be.
a dex check to see if you can intercept him, and then we'll figure out later if he made it by 12, so that's gonna be tough.
Not
to
too
beat.
likely.
Okay, so I think he would get there first, and now just because he's there first doesn't mean you can't stop him. So I think it would now boil down to a strength check, head-on-head strength
Or-
check.
Wrestling? Can I use wrestling?
You're really trying to keep him from tipping the bowl over.
From knocking it.
Yeah.
Okay, so strength.
You guys are both really strong. I think it's just more of a matter of. Okay. So Nod, you're able to get a grip of the bowl and start to try to move it, and go ahead and do I think it's want to say it's bend bars, lift gates check.
99.
Okay, so as you're trying to move this thing, it does not seem to want to tip for you. It seems like it's really well anchored or heavier than it appears, and you're having a tough time getting it to move.
Now, can I try and hold him?
If you'd like, yes, if you'd like to.
I do.
So
Yeah.
you guys should probably both roll initiative if you're intending not on continuing.
I hear all this commotion. I'm just going to turn around and say, I think we need to get out of this room. There's much magic and
Nod and say, let's move on. Gotten as much information.
I'm
from
going to
you as
do like a
possible.
Okay, so
charisma or something.
it seems like Nod may. It may or may. Are you walking away from it, or are you gonna continue?
Yeah, I'll
to engage?
pretend like I'm super interested, but I'll give or take let Mithra drag me back.
Okay, so he's giving in, and now that he can't tip it as easily as he thought, he's letting you have your way, Mithra, and steer him away from the bowl.
You can't destroy this. And Kurza, you have to try one more time. This is my Tajema. This is my honor. I can't return home until I find my brother.
Hand in the
Please, I
water.
implore you.
Your hand in the water.
Okay,
What
so I
you want to see.
do. I go and I say, Shalgar.
Seeing the episode of Happy Days where Fonzie jumps a shark or something.
Okay, Mithra, you're gonna put your hands in the water. So I think Renwick's gonna stay there. Who else is gonna be over here watching?
I'm gonna be over by Griff and just be pouting.
I'm by the door.
Almost.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna be by the door.
Right
and
now we're on the map.
You're by the door. Oh, I'm sorry. I got you guys on the wrong. I'm sorry.
I'll stand behind and to a side less.
There we go. Gregor will be right behind you, Mithra, right behind you, should you need him. And I'm sorry, where was Kurza again?
Behind and to the side of I can
Okay.
hear what she says, see the water. If it reacts, common.
Yeah. So you can go ahead and you'll put your hand in the water and you'll say the name of who?
Shalgar, who's my brother that I'm searching for. Actually led me out of Rashomon.
All right. So yeah, you put your hand into the water. Let's see.
He had disappeared in Thay. He was on a diplomatic mission, and
Yeah, I think though I'm gonna have you roll a wisdom check.
I haven't made too many of those either. But I did.
Okay, so yeah, you put your hand in the water and you feel this strange sensation as before the image in the water changes. You can almost see in your head what's coming as the image is changing, and you see your brother and that he's alive. And I think though for a moment you're not sure what he's doing, but after a few moments you can see that he's in a desert and he looks like he's chained up with several
my.
others who seem to be encircled by some dark-figured men, as if they are potentially enslaved in this place. Is anyone else near the water looking at this?
Wanted to see water as well.
Okay, so I think for the two of you, if you wanted to do like a check to see if you can recognize anything about either the people in the picture or the place that they're at. I'm just trying to see what proficiencies you have. You can,
Intelligence or etiquette.
History? Raising?
yeah, I think
Training?
probably. Yeah, I think that again, like neither of you have been to this place, so it would be the first thing that would occur to you that you've never been to this place. But the the images or the dark figures that are standing over your brother,
Heraldry?
they do, and they, as you get a better look at this whole scene, roll a save versus spell, please.
Woohoo!
Look at that. Look at those rolls. Those are fantastic. So yeah, you don't feel that sort of being watched feeling this time as you're using the pool. But as you get a closer look at these figures, they actually do appear to be something you've seen before. And in fact, that you see a symbol that they're wearing that for a moment, Kurza, has you look down at your arm.
How did I know?
And it's actually the symbol that has the 3 rings on it that you see that they're adorned with. And you don't know yet what that stood for, but that would be the connection that you would make. That he is both alive and that, unfortunately, he is enslaved by this group.
My spirits are lifted tremendously, even though he's being tortured, because everyone had assumed he had died. So this is amazing news.
So could I recognize him now?
Sure.
That that's
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
now we know that they're part of the tattoo crowd, but we don't know what the 3 rings are.
And that's why the hidden one led me to you, I think.
Probably water alone.
So much
I
fun.
agree. I felt something. What you said, I did feel it.
Watching us watching, or just crying on.
Almost as if its gaze was kind of boring through us or something. It was horrifying.
Anything else you guys want to do in this space? You've got new armor and a crown in a bag, and you've learned quite a bit, actually. You've learned that both Captain is alive, and that Mithra's brother is alive, and that there's more connections to, what is it? It's the
My pronunciation of it bad.
Yeah, it might need a little work, at least to say the names correctly for it to find these people, or it could mean something else. I think that's yet to be seen. But yeah, I think that's it as far as you've been able to look around. I think Renwick again, I think is becoming more like, at least like with the group, coming a little bit more antsy that he wants to find them. He's I feel like we're close.
And I think Griff would be a little antsy as well, wanting to get to this evil, whatever it is that corrupts nature.
All right.
And I'm at 21 out of 39 hit points, by the way. We don't have any healing.
That is unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hurt too. I'm at 25 out of 38.
I hand you a full potion of healing, so you guys can up as you.
I can barely hear you, Chris.
That better?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. All
much
right.
better.
I'll take a swig of a potion of healing, and it's got all the remaining. I'll pass it around for you guys to use it.
Okay.
What does 1 swig do?
So it's D8 per swig.
How many per bottle?
3.
Okay, there we go. One for
Perfect,
each of
thank
us.
you.
All right.
So you guys can roll your own D8s there,
All
if you'd
right.
like.
You have astonishing fortunes.
You can use. I will let you gladly use it for that.
I think I'll take that. 4 times better. Can't beat that.
I'm at 27.
Let me look through my
So,
pack and see if I have anything left. I don't think so.
I have 1 potion, 2 doses. You want to split it?
Oh, I have 1 dose of a minor healing. Why don't you do the 2? And I'll do this one.
I do
While they're
2 Jamie.
drinking, what is this
J
going
plus
on
1.
right here? The blood and almost like bat
Um,
wings?
Yeah, I meant to point that out. I missed mentioning this last time. That it looks as if there are remains of the Yugoloths, that the Yugoloth that you had fought, that there are actually remains of them up here, and they're decayed. They're beyond decayed. They don't seem like anything that's been alive recently, but it wouldn't take you very long to figure out that it looks like a decayed Yugoloth, which would be disturbing in and of itself. But for those of you who are out in the open area, make a observation.
Jamie,
Yeah.
I was gonna take two doses. Is it 2d8 plus 1?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, 10 more. So I'm at 37.
That's huge.
I'm good.
So if you guys have
Out of potions.
wisdom checks or observation, whichever you.
Unless danger sense is relevant in this scenario.
Okay, good mix. Let's see what. Okay, he failed also. So Kurza and Mithra, everyone is hearing this sound again, like this humming sound, and when you come out of the room, both of you, Kurza and Mithra, acutely sense or feel like that the door directly across from you is where it's emanating from. The rest of you aren't so sure. You don't feel that certain that's the source of the sound. It just sounds like it's coming from everywhere. No, I'm actually over here. Oops. Yeah, I opened the door.
Okay.
This one.
Point to it. Let's go check that sound out.
What sound?
You hear the sound. It's just that
I mean,
you're like, it's coming from.
Yeah. It coming from where? Is there something different you're hearing?
It feels like it's coming from over there.
From this here door here.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Renwick? Renwick, what do you think?
He thought the same thing you thought, that he was not so sure that's where the sound was coming from.
I can't move Gregor. I put him in the door. Damn.
Stuck in the door.
Okay. Let's see.
Oops. Yeah, we don't have to worry about it. It's not super consequential.
We know where he's at. We know he's safe and sound in the doorway. Yeah, so you guys can approach this door on the other side. I think Nod may want to listen, do like a door check on this. And let's see, what was your detect noise?
Detect noise is 25.
Yeah, so you do hear something behind the door other than the sound. You definitely feel like you're able to confirm. You feel like the sound is definitely coming from this other side of this door. But beyond the sound of you almost hear like a clicking sound, like a tapping sound, and your roll was so good that it almost sounds like something tapping stone. Not metal though. They don't something
like footsteps against stone, or more like just a little.
More. It's not getting in closer or further, but so it's staying in one place.
Wooden rocker. There we go.
There it is. He's got his headphones on. He's just tapping his foot to the music.
To the humming.
Somebody's beating
Why
the
he
drum.
didn't hear us? Yeah, he doesn't know we're here. Got his beats on.
I'll use sign language and kind of direct everybody that there is more stuff beyond the door, and we should go in quietly and maybe be prepared before we step in.
We already checked for traps.
No, we would have, but I think we were listening for it first.
Yeah, what's your check?
40.
I'll roll it here. Okay. Yeah, I'm double rolling on these, and he didn't find a trap, and nor did you.
Yep. I'll give Griff the thumbs up and point towards the door as I pull out a hammer and ready myself.
Do we want to take a break before we go busting in here?
I do. I definitely do. If there's anything else you guys want to do, prepare before you do kick this door in or whatever, now would be the time. So you can think about that, and
I'm ready for a break.
We'll take a quick break and then come back and figure out next steps.
Sounds good.
5 minutes.
All right. Yep. Right back. See everybody back yet? I can't see everybody. See Tim.
Back.
Yeah. You're the only one I can see. I don't know what happened.
Looks like everybody else's cameras
They're
are
still
off.
away. Yeah.
I'm back.
There you go. I can't believe it. I can't believe you guys are at the top of the tower.
It's been hard to get here too. I'm worried because his minions were so hard to beat. Just how this is gonna go.
How many hit points are you down right now?
I'm just down 8.
Okay. I'm down 2. We're about as good as we're gonna get.
Still down a fireball.
Let's see.
I have to recruit some more clerics.
That too. Very important.
Wayne had reached out about possibly moving it because the way his shift worked, but unfortunately, we couldn't do it.
Oh, on Fridays?
Yeah. I don't know if it's
Yes.
like a deal breaker for him or if it was just difficult this week, but yeah, he had reached out about it. Unfortunately, I told him I was unfortunate I couldn't change it, but is everyone back? Yeah. 1 second,
Yep.
guys.
Fair enough.
Okay, so we're back, and you are standing outside the door of the lower right side here and preparing to maybe enter. Is that what I'm hearing? Everybody
Yeah.
good with that? So who's going to try to open the door?
I'll do that.
All right, so
Everybody ready?
everyone else is in your position.
I've also like prepared like a hammer to throw. If there's anybody through the door.
Okay.
My short sword drawn.
So
I got tomahawk short sword.
Griff, you reach up and grab the door and attempt to open it, and it does not move. Does not want to budge for you.
I turn back to the guys and I say, hey, the door won't open. Is it a handle that you have to turn or a knob that you have to turn?
Yeah, it's just a knob.
Will it turn?
The knob isn't turning.
Turn
locked.
to Renwick and Nod, and I said the knob won't turn. Maybe locked.
Nod. I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. 45% chance to pull out these tools and try to
Okay,
take a
so
crack at it.
you actually successfully feel like you get the lock to click for you as you're fiddling around with your thieves' tools and trying different tumblers and whatnot. It seems like you get it to click for you, and you can attempt to open it, but now the handle seems to turn, but the door doesn't seem to budge.
Oh, but before anyone notices that the door isn't actually noticing, I'm gonna take a bow like I open the lock and then use my foot to nudge it open the rest of the way.
Okay. So
Good.
yeah, you can do a open doors check. All right. So
The other check?
yes, it actually is.
If you want me to re-roll, that's fine. Or if you want to use the same one.
There we go. Okay, so do you want astonishing fortune that, or
Have to.
you would have to wait to try again the next day?
I can try.
Yeah, we can all give it a go.
But yeah, no, I'll take the L.
I bet Griff can get it open. He's strong.
What am I doing?
Open locked, magically held door.
I don't see that.
Open doors, it will ask you between...
Oh, okay. Mine doesn't. Mine just says miscellaneous modifier.
Oh.
So you have
On your ability scores?
On my strength check, to the right, like open door and Ben Barak, if I click the little...
oh, okay, it just does
The
it.
Ben bars
That
lift
was
gates?
that
No.
was me. Just me seeing what it does. So that's open, heavy, stuck doors.
I don't have any of those. I have open door, Ben bar lift gates.
Open door is supposed to be
Yeah,
the stuck door.
It's supposed to be a magically held door has a different check based on your strength. And
Yeah.
I'm looking at your sheet. Let me pull
Has to be high enough
let me
in
pull
order
this
to
sheet
open
up
a
next to yours and see why it's different.
Yes, I don't think you have a chance unless you have at least 18 strength looking at the...
Nod's probably the only one
He
who can
does.
open it.
No, he does.
It has to be 18, 91 to 90
That's
here.
what it is. That's
Yeah,
what it is. Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Maybe I can post this. I'm sure it's not the
Yeah.
That explains
super...
That's what it was. Because I was like, he's got a pretty high strength. 1864.
I'll put it in advanced 2B.
So use the astonishing fortune and astonish us.
Yeah, it'll leave us with
Well,
one.
yeah, I don't know how else we're gonna get it open unless
Yeah.
Kurza has.
Like a spell.
And instead of not just trying it himself, is there any way we can attempt to multiple people open this so there's extra bonus? Because
I
what that
have a
kind
knock
of
spell, but it's not prepared.
Yeah, it seems like it's magically locked, and so you would need a knock spell, or you would need the correct amount of force to knock in a magically held door. As far as unless there's some other option that you're.
Perhaps we should
Oh.
try another door until
see,
I
what are the
can
walls
memorize.
right here beside the door made of?
What was that?
What are the walls right beside the door made of?
Stone.
I truthfully, the stone would be easier to get through than a magic door at that point, I think. Depends on how much of a roll you want
Do
to
you
put.
have
What about your wand,
on
Kurza?
the mud?
Oh, you want me to make a big hole in the wall, huh?
Yeah, that does have a little bit of area effect.
Is it going to
Yeah.
affect the whole tower?
Yeah,
I'm taking in water now,
Um,
be
Captain.
underwater.
Well, this-
I can
This is-
confine it to the area around us and we can open up all the doors at once.
So
How's that?
let's have everybody do wisdom checks, please. Try to see how the group might interpret this.
Here's something. I have underground survival as a proficiency.
And I
Do you
think to
that
be
would give me any kind of clue of
fair, I'm like
caves
200
and
experience.
stone walls and I don't know.
Minutes.
Yeah, no, I hear you, Tim. Let's see. It's a little different though. So we
Yeah.
had 2 fail, 2 succeed, and the total succeed was exceeded the fail.
Renwick.
And Renwick's in here too. I'm rolling in secret for him, but he and Nod and a Mithra, I think it's a perfect combination. The dice must know. You guys start, you get this thought almost at the same simultaneously. The crown. The crown.
They're precious.
So open for the crown, maybe?
The wearer. Open for the wearer, says Renwick.
Let me see that crown, Griff. Unless
So do we have a way to taking it off of her if it refuses to come off?
maybe you should wear it. I
I'm
think
not
enough
putting the
time
thing
is
on. I don't.
enough.
Yeah. I don't like magic.
It could allow you to control the undead in this tower. That's another possibility.
Who's saying this to me?
Kurza.
No. About the crown. Mithra and Nod.
Renwick as well.
Renwick?
He joined in.
You
I
think
think
the crown will let us get the door open?
I do. Is the crown is the
Seems possible.
helm of office of this tower.
I think you're under the crown's influence.
Am I still feeling good about appeal to it, or is it been enough time and
Oh, no, it's been, now that it's not really been in your sight, it's not been on your mind. I think you're enjoying the movement of the Elven chainmail as you walk in
Chainmail.
it, and you can't even hear it. It's so light.
Sufficiently distracted you.
Yep.
and I'm thinking about what we found in the scry pool, so I'm not concerned about that. But do I understand that it was having an influence on me? Thinking about it,
Definitely.
yeah.
I'll look
Definitely.
at Renwick and I'll say, look, if you think if you were wearing the crown that you would be able to open the door, is that what you're telling me?
Yes, and I think you're the only one to be able to resist its mind magic.
You were the only one that couldn't. Everybody else did.
It seems possible. I would try it.
If you won't, Griff, maybe Renwick should.
I'll look at the rest of the party. What do you guys think?
Can we tie him up first? Just in case?
Tie him up first.
No.
Yeah.
Can
I
never
don't-
be
I don't
too
have-
careful.
All right. So I'll go ahead and pull the crown out of the backpack in the bag, and I'll hand it to.
Okay, let's see. So
Nod's going to take a step back And just give everybody a thumbs up. You got this.
I'll stand by the door where I am.
I'm just double checking something. So as he picks it up, he grabs the crown and Renwick holds it before himself. He looks like he's having some kind of vision in his eyes. His eyes are twitching and moving around as if he's seeing something through the circle of the crown. And he says, if I must do this, I will do this. And
Describe what you're doing, what you're seeing there, Renwick, or what you're feeling.
if I wear this crown, then I will give my soul to this crown. My death
You might not want to do that.
my death will become my soul will become a part of this crown. But with it will grant me during my life some ability.
Oh my.
Maybe we can find a key in one of these other rooms.
I have a path wall with the wand. We could probably use that instead.
I think Nod was 200 experience from leveling up, so it wouldn't be out of question for next session. We can give that door another go.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think putting the crown on is probably not a primary. That sounds incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, I think like and I'm gonna have him roll a check here, and I'll roll it in chat to see how he decides. I think for him, the
His life's purpose.
biggest issue for him is whether or not how sure he is that Varodis is behind that door, because that is what he wants. That is all he wants. So if he had seen him and thought he was truly behind that door, or had heard him, he probably would have already put the crown on, is your sense. But because he's not sure, that's where he's conflicted. And let's see what he rolled here.
But I have a pass wall. We can go through the stone wall if we need to.
You have that now?
Yes, it's part of the wand's powers.
How does that work?
It opens a hole temporarily.
Okay, so
So would we all be
Or-
able to go through it?
Yeah, it'll leave the hole open for a few hours. It's 5 by 8 by 10 foot long.
Let's be sure. Open a hole and I jump in and I'm like, ha, and then closes behind.
No, it stays open for
Oh.
several hours.
I didn't roll it out loud for you guys. Hold on. Oh, that's weird. It's like his rolls won't go out loud. So he thinks about it for a moment, and he resists the temptation to stick it on right now. But as it were, you notice that he doesn't want to put it back in the bag either. So he's holding it at his side right now, as if he'd put it on any moment, but right now he's not sure. So you see on his face how conflicted he is. So that's where you're all at. You're all standing outside the store.
I'll say to him, I think we're not 100% sure. There may be other ways, and I'll hold out my hand, I guess, with the bag, hold the bag open in front of him and say, basically, we can put the crown back.
And I pull out my wand and say, I got a hole maker.
I guess, yeah, let's do a charisma check just on that, Griff, first, and just see how that comes through. I'll hold it for now.
I'll look at Nod and I'll say a little help here.
Maybe under the same compulsion that Mithra was before.
I know how you feel, Renwick, but it's not worth it. It's already getting its tendrils into your mind. We have to listen to Griff. He was right all along. He's wise.
So this is probably where I'll step out a little bit more and let Renwick see more my disguise of trying to use the drow cape and everything, and even smudging some of my makeup on there to look more like a drow. That was the last thing I did on the last session, was actually use my disguise check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Essentially, I'm going to try to intimidate him.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. It's like
Yeah.
I'm wearing the remnants of your mortal enemy, which makes me much stronger than them. Yeah, it works, and he drops the crown into the bag with that
All right.
nudge.
Quickly put it in the backpack.
All right, so now your choices are you still have all these other doors you haven't yet
No, right here. We can go in right here.
checked, if you'd like.
Well,
Through this
why
wall.
don't we check? Why don't we check this door here first? See what's here.
Oh, okay.
Which door?
The one
Over.
Okay.
counter
All right. This is C.
check for traps or.
Oh, that's weird. It didn't do it that time. You do not find any traps on the door, and you don't hear anything when you listen at the door, nor does Renwick on either. And anything else you want to do?
Ooh, maybe take a sniff. That's the only other thing I can think I can do that might maybe even roll danger sense. See
Yeah,
if there's anything.
good question. Let's see.
That one's a 50. I think I can actually roll that one. Think. Nope.
Interesting. No, you don't smell anything. You get a good smell, and you don't smell anything. So far, it seems nothing has unusual.
Yeah, no danger sense to see if there's any immediate danger on the door. And when I don't sense any, I'm just going to go for the door.
All right, go ahead. You can open the door here. And when it opens, it looks like a room that's been adorned with a lot of tapestries on the wall around it. I think that'd be the first thing you would notice. You also look around and immediately notice that there is also another pool of water in this room. Somewhat similar to the one that you'd seen on the other side. And the rest of the room has what appears to be a, let's see, where is it? There is a pedestal here, and on top of the pedestal it sits a crystal.
Similar to the other room with the crown. Same kind of pedestal.
Is it here?
It's this square here, this square.
There are so many what?
It's just, it doesn't really resemble that so much. It doesn't look like the crown or anything, but I'd say like the room itself definitely seems like something that would have been original to the design of the tower, just like the other room. Yeah,
So
What color
this is
crystal?
the crystal?
it is white.
White.
I'll
Checking anything out?
yeah, so I'll check for traps and follow this wall right here. Along this wall.
All right, let's see.
This
Griff will
gambling
go back to
table
the
is
door, basically saying that our enemy isn't in this room.
You, as you're checking for traps or whatever, you get near the pool or the bowl of water. Do you do anything there? That's for Nod.
I'm a little superstitious of the magic, so if I was going to do anything, he would probably attempt to flip this bowl too.
All right, so you can roll another one of those same check you rolled last time.
Attributes, it would be Ben Bar's lift gate to you, I think he told me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this one is equally anchored. So it's not the easiest thing to budge, even surprisingly to you. But as you're moving it, it would certainly catch your attention again that there's an image shimmering in the water. And whether you wanted to look at it or not, it would seem as if it's like a nighttime view of something. Would you take a closer look?
His curiosity would probably get the better of him.
All right, so let's see. Second, roll a save for spell, please.
Info tracker spell.
You don't feel any of that sort of tugging or watching that you felt before when you look at this. That's good then. 1 second, I'm gonna get this. I meant to copy this in earlier, but did not get the chance. All right, how do I display this to you? I guess I have to put this in the handouts. Yeah. Okay. 1 second. All right, so this one is what you're gonna see.
Whoa.
Mm, looks pretty.
Oh, must be
Put
milk.
on it.
Super cool.
Almost looks like it's on a turtle.
That would be the image that would catch your eye as you were trying to tip it over, and now maybe the water is just slightly shimmering as you barely got it to move. Anyone else looking at anything in here, or?
I was going to look at this table here.
I wanted to
Um,
look at the crystal.
Okay, so as you look at the table, Kurza, first, you find on it there's a scroll laying on it. And if you take a closer look at the scroll, it appears as if it's, let's see, I think you have to do a read, what is it? Can't you read magic? Isn't that?
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted me to cast the spell, read magic or something, but
No, I think there's like I'm trying to think of the
cantrip or
intelligence. Let's see. Oh, I thought there was like an intelligence
burn
based.
spell.
Yeah, if you want to roll that, then I think that'll be a good way to do it. I thought it was something related to intelligence that I used to roll to check and see. But yeah, if you do learn spell, that's a good way to do it. So it looks like
Wow.
this is the scroll for silence.
Oh, or
Mage.
well, I guess I'll
Handy against the caster, yeah.
That's a boon.
I'll just
Yeah.
find a
That would come
spot
in handy.
to put that in.
And-
Become
Well, you get the belt
very-
of many pouches,
Yeah,
That's true.
a library in it.
and I just so happen to have
Yeah, I
something to put the scroll in too.
I love the idea of the sleeves and being able to pull out all these random texts and spells and scrolls and stuff. It's really cool. So those of you who, Mithra and others who were maybe looking at the crystal more closely, as you're getting, near the crystal, it's very interesting. It's like white from a distance, but as you get close to it, it's milky. It's like clear on the outside and then like white more on the inside. And it definitely has an aura about it that you feel as you're watching it, and you feel like a vibration in the room that's really strong. Let's see. Let me have you all roll a save versus spell, please. And I'll move
Everybody?
Renwick. I'm going to move Renwick in the room. Those of you who are investigating this room, if you're standing at the door, then you don't have to roll. But
Yeah, Griff did say he was.
yeah, if you're
Standing
standing at the door, you're good. Let's see. Okay, so for everyone except for Molly, in the image, or you see an image in the crystal. Okay, Molly, you don't see this. The others, when you look into the crystal, you see this menacing face staring at you for a moment, and it seems somewhat reminiscent to those of you who'd seen or felt it earlier that you were being watched when you were in the pool. You see this face again in the crystal in front of you, and you hear, those of you who failed your checks, you hear it speaking to you and saying to you, "How dare you disturb the tranquility of this chamber? Leave at once."
Oh, that's what's bothering us in the other room. Doesn't like us.
And I think for Molly, Mithra would be the only one who would you have this weird suspicion, like you feel like the crystal might be the source of the vibration, but for some reason it's muted while you're in the room. It doesn't sound like it's the source, but it feels like it. It's like vibrating. The room seems consistent with what you would think would have been the source of the humming.
I explained what you just explained to me to the others.
Bag over it. Leave it on the pedestal. Just don't touch it and put a bag over it.
I'll say the same thing I said in the other room. Basically, there's too much magic at play in here. Let's move on. We need to find Varodis.
Yes, he's right. You should move on.
Do we
What's
all
on
hear
this?
that?
No,
just
you don't hear that. Mithra, and nor does Griff. Or Renwick. They're too far away.
What's on the table here?
That was where the scroll was. That's where you found the scroll.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was this?
That's just like a light. So it's like a,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's like a light there. But
Take a small bag and just drape it. Put the bag inverted over the crystal and just leave it be.
do a wisdom check before as you're doing that. Do a wisdom check, please.
Oh, joy.
This be familiar to Nod? This voice, these face eyes. Is this Varodis?
Close.
Yeah, I think for Kurza, first you recognize that if you disturb this crystal, you feel like you're going to incite something. So you're afraid that even throwing something on it is going to trigger something. You get that feeling, strong feeling.
I'll just say I think we should leave
For Nod, the voice that you're
back out.
the voice that you're hearing and the face that you saw, you would have never seen the face before, but the voice you would recognize, like you've heard that voice before. Anyone else want to poke around with anything?
I trust
I'll
Kurza's
leave the room.
judgment. Griff was right all along again. Someone is an adult.
All right, so you guys are moving out of there, back into the open chamber. And as you leave the room, the door closes itself. Like a gust of wind kind of blows out of the room, and the door just closes. You're back in the main chamber now. You still hear the humming. And let's see. Let's do wisdom checks again when you come back into the main area.
There's nothing wrong out here.
No, nothing amiss for sure. There's a okay. So when you leave the area, and I think Nod, you would feel also that the vibrating in the ground and everything out here is noticeably less than it was in the room with the crystal. I think that would be something that you would pick up on. So the rest of them are moving on too fast, didn't really notice that, but it confirms what Mithra felt, is that the crystal itself is potentially responsible for the vibration and the sound that you're hearing. And then oddly, you found a silent scroll next to it, right? Which,
yes.
So that's the other thing. But you have that. How would you like to proceed?
I would also definitely whisper all that information and mention that he was very peculiar about touching that stone. It seems important to him.
To Nod?
The wizard, the guy
the
who
wizard.
was scrying us and essentially talking to us. It seemed important to him enough for him to warn us to not touch the crystal. I would be like attempting to whisper this again, assuming he's listening again.
I think the whatever it is inhabiting the crystal, perhaps.
Is the hum?
Griff didn't hear any of that, right?
No, you didn't hear any voices or any of that. Neither did Mithra, so she's not sure what they're getting at. But she
Is
did
the
get the
hum-
sense of the humming. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, does it seem to be affecting us in some way? Like when we first got here, there was the music and that affected us.
I'll say that the longer you stand near it, the more disoriented you feel. So when you left the room, you feel better being further from it. Definitely feel like if you were around the resonate too long, that it would have some negative effect on you. But
why don't we try one of these doors across the way, fellas? It's further away from that crystal. It seems to be causing the sound.
We could just keep on going counterclockwise. But we could go across the way. That's fine too.
Which
making Griff's job difficult, I see.
Doing
Yep. Yeah, is there
I'm
any way
down.
we can mark this so we remember that? Yeah. I think we can remember.
I think you can type or draw. So, for example, we've cleared this one. We've cleared that one,
Yep.
which I wrote in there, but I guess we can't see it, so I'll write it right there.
Ah, good.
This one was locked.
So we can attempt to unlock that again. Yeah, actually, you just got it by 2%. Nod's able to unlock this door once again, as he did earlier. Maybe he takes credit for that. Do you open it as well, or?
This one? Oh,
Yeah.
that,
Yep.
yeah, that one. Can we check for traps as well before? I'm assuming he would have before.
Yeah.
And then, yeah,
Also,
once he
detect
was,
noise. Yeah. So no traps, no noise.
once he felt pretty confident about it, he would give the thumbs up and I guess give Griff or whoever would like to go first the right away.
All right. So
I'm good.
you're able to open the door, and you can go ahead and do that. And then when as you step into this area, the room, that there's actually there's 4 circular bowls that have sand in them sitting along the right hand wall. You see also in the back corner of the room another slain Yugoloth laying on the ground, similar in decay to the same as you saw outside. And as you're taking stock of the room, you're noticing on the wall that there's like this shimmering on the wall and like these shadows on the wall, and you hear a ghostly laughter coming and echoing from within the walls as you're walking around and looking, and it's as if there's some shadow about in the room. And I'm gonna have you guys do wisdom checks, please, again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's not a surprise check or anything, but for those of you who succeeded, you're hearing these sounds and seeing these shadows, and suddenly you see the shadows merge together and almost form a full looking figure. And with that, you see, one second,
A shadow vampire.
something you've seen before. But as this one of them appears from the wall, several of them walk out of the space where the silhouette was, and you see something you've seen before when you were back aboard the Reverie sailing westward, and you were besieged by these at sea during the Veil. The specters, as they were, walk out of the wall and seem to be pretty focused on all of you. So I'm going to have you roll initiative. I'm going to drop these guys in. Did I not have the turn order up? There we go. I think it worked. All right. Where is it? All right. Looks like Kurza's going to be first, if I've got that right. Did that work? Let's see. Yeah. All right. You see these specters emerge from the wall, and I think even similar to the voice that you heard them before, and I don't remember exactly who heard them first, encountered them during their watch, but as they come out again, they look at you, and one of them sees you and says, "Fools," very specifically, as if he knows you. And they charge out, and so there's 6 of them that appear during this kind of flash
Here.
before you, and they're charging towards you. So let me add them into the turn order real fast here. Okay, so they're going on. Okay. All right, Kurza, you're up first.
I think I will cast a magic missile and back out.
Very good. Who are all you going to target? You've got what now?
That one.
How many do you have? Missiles? 3?
Yep, I've got 3 now. So let's see here. Advanced roller. Ooh, not bad. I got an 11 out of it.
All right. 11.
This first one here is gonna get pelted by 3 little purple explosions.
All right. So, yeah, he seems to react to that as Kurza unleashes these missiles from his palms and then steps backward through the doorway. And stepping into the room is Griff. What's Griff doing?
I'll yell out, "Help us defeat the Varodis and free you." And I'll step forward. Guess I'll attack this guy.
Okay, the one who just got pelted. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's Tomahawk.
Miss.
That's sword.
That's a hit.
Okay. Does it actually hit him?
Mm-hmm. It does. It certainly does. It'll be a minute before that sword won't hit stuff. All right.
All right.
There we go. So 8 more damage to this thing. It's certainly feeling it now. All right. Anything else, Griff?
These aren't considered ghouls or ghasts, are they?
No, they're spectral. They're specters.
Specters. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. All right. All right. So the specters will move forward. One's going to come there. One's going to come there. They're just going to file forward here. All right. 3 will be attacking. I'm going to move the door actually here. So since we got that for now, this one's going to come through. And let's see, can I move these guys? Yeah, I can probably do this. Okay. They're not really obstructed. That's the fortunate thing about specters. They can move through almost any space. So there's going to be 3 attacking Griff first. And 1, 2, 3. Ooh, okay. What's your AC again, Griff? 4. Okay, so actually 2 hits. And they do... Okay. 13 damage between those 2 hits. 1 missed. The other 2, so there's 2 that are more towards the doorway. And so 2 are going after a Mithra. And what is Mithra's AC again?
Also 4
4. Okay.
in the chainmail, in the Elven chain.
All right. And then does that hit you? Let's see. Okay, yeah, so they just barely hit you once. And you got 6 damage from one of them. And then there's one in the doorway. And as you are standing outside the doorway, I guess it's Nod and Renwick and Kurza. It's going to decide to go for Kurza because of his little trickery earlier. Let's see. And yours is what, 5? Your AC is 5?
I think so, but it could be only 6. Not certain. 6.
6. Okay, it's actually a hit then. Okay, so this thing smacks you for 8 damage. All right, so these things are now all up in your face, and I think we are at... Oops. We don't have the Death Knight anymore. Renwick's turn. He's going to try to jump in and get this one that just hit Kurza. His first attack. Oh, okay, 19. And he's going to do some damage to that first one that stepped through the doorway. So he hits, and then Nod, you're up.
Nod's going to step and position himself between Kurza and the dwarf and nudge Kurza out the way.
Nice. Okay.
Go for the hit with the longsword. Oof.
He's your real meat shield now. That's unfortunately a miss. But you're protecting your wizard. And anything else?
That is all I can do.
Okay. Mithra.
Are these squares 5 feet or 10?
This is like way smaller. What are these? These are like 2-foot squares. Yeah, these are like 2-foot squares. They're
I was
supposed
gonna
to
say
be.
they were like 2.5 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. I don't know if this map is, let me double check this map. See if it's
Each square is like a foot.
It's
Okay. And I can move through an ally space.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want to move here and try and. Is this a table?
Let's see. I think. Let me see if I can fix the measuring tool real quick here. 1 second. Okay, I think the measuring tool should be right now. Yeah, there's a table there.
And I'd like to go and attack him. Tumble up there with tumbling. I want to try out the armor.
Oh, sure. You wanna use the table to get a jump attack maybe or something like that?
Yeah, get like the higher ground
Mhm.
and then attack the one that's right in front of Griff.
Sure. You
Kinda
can you can pop up on the table and try to attack them from the tabletop. Yeah. We'll give you a +1 for using the higher ground. But although I'll say to jump up on the table, you'll need to roll either a tumbling or a dex check. There you go. Perfect. So you're standing clear on the tabletop. You can now see, looking down, all these guys. You have a pretty good vantage point.
Yeah, and then I want to take a crack at.
Okay.
And you said
AC's
a +1?
yeah, you'll get a +1. Yeah, their AC is 4.
And that's my go.
Okay. All right. Oh, I put him in here twice. Okay. We're back to the top of the order. Is anybody changing what they're doing? Go ahead and change your turn order to reflect if you're casting or attacking your with your weapon speed. And I'm gonna roll again for the dwarves. All right. Is it? Oops, these guys don't come. There we go. Roll 20. Okay, Kurza, you're up first again.
Let's do this guy standing in the doorway. Let's give him another magic missile.
All right.
2 at that guy, 1 at this one that I hit earlier.
Okay. So the one that's in the doorway and the one that's by Griff. Okay.
Yeah. Or between Griff and
Yeah.
Mithra.
Yeah, he's already taken the most damage, that one. I
All
know
right,
exactly
so
who he is.
let's do the one in the doorway. He gets 7 points.
Okay.
And the other one gets 4.
Aha. He looks phased, pretty well phased now. At least Griff would notice, and Mithra would notice that one has taken quite a bit of damage. Seems to be as sturdy looking, but the others continue on. Anything else, Kurza? You moving at all?
Yeah, I'll move
Okay.
back there.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. The Specters are up. So I think there's going to be again 2 on Mithra, 3 on Griff, and 1 swinging out the doorway. Let's see. All right. So the first one of them hits you, Mithra, standing on the table. Even with a minus, it hit your leg, and it is going to do 6 damage.
Okay.
The other 3 are surrounding Griff here and swinging at Griff, and they all missed. They all missed you. 9, 3, and a 9. That's not gonna get it done. But the one at the doorway is the last one. He's gonna attack towards Nod. He's also gonna miss. So it's back to Griff.
Back to this one. Try the tomahawk first.
That tomahawk has been
short
just
sword.
setting up the short sword. That's a hit. It was the same one that you were going for? I missed the ping. Okay.
Yeah, I missed one.
Okay. Yeah, this is very likely going to kill it if you get a better than a 3 or better. That will do it.
Damn.
Tell us about how Griff takes this thing out.
Short sword, it's probably a stab and it just dissipates. I don't.
Yeah, it would. Whenever you stab it and you get to that point where its negative life force is depleted, it almost as if the tip of your sword was just blowing smoke. Suddenly this thing is just gone, and the laughter in the room dies down a little bit. You still hear a little bit of cackling, but it's gone down somewhat from the hit. Anything else?
Just step there.
All right. So Renwick's going to step into this one in the doorway and do a double attack on this. And he got a nat 20. All right. So he's going to do 10 damage to this one. So this one in the doorway is also teetering. He's looking pretty depleted. And let's see. Renwick is also going to... He is tumbling through. So he's tumbled through the doorway past the first Spectre and into that space in the doorway. And it's up to Nod now.
Nod again is going to try to take better aim with his longsword this time and give the one in front of him another swing. It
We
was
got
worse
two
this time.
astonishing fortune.
Yeah, astonishing fortune. Do it, Nod.
Sure. Ooh.
Oh man, are we missing any pluses?
It should be actually +1 because it's the Madar sword. I'm correct.
Oh yeah.
That's a normal longsword, so the Madar would be +1.
Yep. Yeah, so you need that. So that would be a hit. That is a hit.
Small,
Yeah,
medium.
you can add that into your sheet if you'd like to, just so we know. But oh my goodness, what did
Nice.
Again, that
15
should be
damage.
+1 for the Madar.
Dang.
Yeah, you almost max damage that. All right, so this thing, as you chop it, just turns into, again, like steam or fog and just quickly dissipates as you smash it well beyond its life force, and it disappears. Nice. Anything else?
I think I'm going to stay in the doorway where I am.
Okay, blocking the doorway now. All right.
Yeah, even though it doesn't matter with Spectres, that's the right thing to do.
At least they can't get by you without you seeing them. That's probably good here. You got the door protected, and it's Mithra's turn on the table.
Okay, I'm gonna try and use arena acting on this one. I'm gonna pretend like I'm gonna jump down on this side, but instead I'll crouch and stab him on the other side.
Okay, I like it. Oh,
Ooh, critical fail it.
Who's the last
We have
astonishing
one
fortune
astonishing
question?
fortune left. I don't know what a critical failure. You'd probably
oh,
kill me or
I don't
something.
Fall
know.
off. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have info on that. How much time should I use the astonishing fortune?
Yeah.
You can't do any worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully nobody dies.
Oh
my
my.
god!
Oh my.
I
Okay.
stand corrected. You can do as bad.
Okay, I think the
Something
way
bad has to happen.
because really what you were, this wasn't necessarily, this was just you trying to fake him out, right? And
Yeah.
it wasn't really an attack action necessarily
No.
because you're still going to attack, right? You're still planning to
Yeah.
attack. I think what this
It was supposed to give me a plus. Maybe it gives me a minus. That's just my suggestion. But
that is exactly what I was
Yeah.
thinking is, and they'll have a plus to hit you as well because you've given yourself an odd stance or something. So yeah, it'll just give you a minus. I think with a double, it's gonna be -2.
oh,
Just
okay.
because back-to-back crit fail, that's impressive for roll 20. Did that
But
factor it in? You hit him? You did. You did.
I did put the
You
minus
hit
2
him.
in. I did.
You got him.
Yep.
Nice.
In the end. Okay.
Nice. Roll 20 is
Yeah.
just messing with you then.
Yeah.
Here we go. 8 damage. Okay, so that's the first time this one got hit, but yeah, he gets solid hit. All right.
And this is round 2 with the. So at the end of the round, I get my second attack.
Go ahead. You can go ahead.
Should I just do
Yeah, this is you're the last.
also at -2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
-1. Let's do -1. We'll give you 1 off.
Like you went to fake and almost tipped the table over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as sturdy as you'd hoped. But no, unfortunately that one misses, and that should be the end of the round unless you're doing anything else.
No, that's it.
Okay. All right, we're back to the top of the order. You can adjust your turn order if you're changing your action, and I'll resort it. But otherwise, I think Kurza, you're first to act.
It's like the doors disappeared. Must have killed your initiative tracker.
Oh, you see the ones on the map though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. You're right. I did.
I'll move there. and get out some holy water. And if they come and get me, I'll splash them.
All right. So you're behind behind the Minotaur. All right. Griff.
I'm gonna go for the one that Mithra hit. This one.
Okay.
Ugh. No astonishing fortune.
No fortune left, so we'll see what happens to Griff here. Okay, so the crown and other items are now strewn about the floor as
Oh
Griff
no!
lost
Both
his footing.
Renwick and Mithra are in there.
And no Nod to
yeah.
stop him. So, no, that's funny. But yeah, so unfortunately he just stumbled on the second attack, didn't hit on the first attack, and now the dwarves are up. So there are, let's see, 4 of them left. And I'm going to have this one go for Mithra first. Oh,
And you're gonna give him a bonus?
Nat 1. So let's see. That's another
Dwarves
back-to-back
don't
Nat 1
have any astonishing fortune.
for roll 20. No, they don't. Let's see.
Dice have been insane tonight.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
really.
Well,
two
Renwick
back-to-back.
got a crit.
yeah. Let's see. So he's basically going to suffer an AC penalty to attack rolls. This one that's beside you and Griff. He missed that badly. The other one is going for Griff. And he gets a miss on Griff. AC 4, yeah, miss. And then the 2 on Renwick are going to attack him. And one of those hits. And he takes some damage. All right. We are out of dwarf turns. We're on to Renwick. So he's going to... I think he's going to try to target the one north of him here. Ooh, that is a terrible roll. Miss. Okay, so he's not doing very well. He's gonna move though. Oops. Into this space. Next to Griff. And Nod, you're up.
The crown. Next to the crown. I hear you. Is there a way I can position, for example, on this dwarf behind him? If his focus is on Renwick, move in behind him to stab him in the back.
I think you could definitely get behind him. I think though that the thing is he's not surprised by you. So
Right.
even though you can get a plus to attack him from behind, but you won't get any real multiplier on damage because he would know you're there. Oh, that is a good roll. 19. Nice roll.
Mm.
That's what matters. Just doing
Good
damage.
Yeah.
Damage.
15?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
15. All right. So that one had not been hit previously, and now it's wearing some marks thanks to Nod. All right. So Nod's in the room, and he's hit. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, Mithra, back to the table.
Okay. Do I still? Are you gonna give me a +1 for the higher ground attack and
Yeah, you're
combo?
good. Yeah, and this one actually has a AC penalty as well, so you would have an additional plus to this. An additional +1. That's a hit. And you guys got some good short swords. Okay, let's see. So 8 damage to him. Where was he? Okay, so that's his second big hit that he's taken. He's still upright, but he's wearing it as well. Anything else from?
No, that's all for me.
Okay, you get 2 attacks next round.
Yes, next round.
All right. Top of the order, Kurza. Everyone's left you in the hall. I don't know what you did to him.
Don't know, but I'm kind of out of spells, so I'll
All right, Griff.
I'm gonna go for this one.
Okay. Let's see if you can bring it down. It's AC's. Yeah, and you would have
I
a
was
plus
thinking-
to that, so it's even better hit. Yeah.
Tomahawk.
It's not magic.
Let's see. Yeah, so in that case, you would definitely notice that it doesn't seem to do any damage to it.
Then I'll do short sword.
Oh,
Mm.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness. That's beautiful.
Wait, did I just waste a crit?
You did just kill this thing because I'm pretty sure you're gonna get more than 8 here. Yeah, so
Triple damage almost.
triple damage. Go ahead and roll it. Let's just see what the heck it was. He's got 8 hit points left, so just curious how.
Times 3.
Oh.
1. All right.
Sliced it to the bone.
Yeah, so this
Or
one,
through it.
just as you again chop through this thing, it's just immediately turns to dust or smoke in front of you. And let's see, I'll delete this one.
You're the Ghost Slayer, Griff.
That short sword sure is.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I'll step that way.
All right.
So
Yeah.
I can try to help Renwick.
All right. Yep. And he's up. He's gonna try to attack this one on the north side of him. Miss. Oh gosh. All right. Not good rolls. So missed, and then he's gonna step into the space where Griff was.
Yeah.
And now it's Nod's turn.
I'm going to aim at the one that I was attacking last time, and thinking I got the better aim this time. Ooh, I do.
That is a hit. Oh, okay. Oh, man. All right, so this one is looking pretty rough. It's just on the edge here. So you've smacked it now a couple times. It's been hit pretty good. Anything else?
Yes, I will actually step back and hang back here with Kurza.
All right,
Keep him company.
on the other side of the doorway. Okay.
Door, yep.
All right. Okay, Mithra.
Or even if I just need to shift to the doorway for the 5 feet moving
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Just so you're not, stepping too far away. That's good.
Do I need to roll a tumbling to get to jump down, or can I just do that off the table?
Yeah, I think you'd want to do a tumble.
Okay.
Yeah, just to safely land it. And it's better for you to do that than a dex check.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Mm.
Rule 20 is really
No more tumbling for you.
not wanting you to
So-
be have much finesse tonight.
Damn.
I fall flat.
Yeah, you're gonna fall pretty much off the
It's
table.
this table.
The
Yeah.
table is just not in good condition, and I'll have you take D4 damage here. So you take 3 points of damage as you tumble, and it's just something, gave, and as you fell, you got smacked with several things as you fell to the ground suddenly, and you were trying to push off of the table, and it just collapsed. So you're in the same square generally that you were, but the table is no longer upright.
Do I lose an attack? But this would be the one I get too, I think, right?
Yeah, this would be if you want to stand back up, you could still get one attack off. I'm not gonna treat it like a fumble where you dropped something. It's more of just you stumbled, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was a 2. We rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. My luck has run out.
Yeah,
y'all.
you're right.
How to regain our balance after that one.
All right, I think we're back to the top of the turn order then to Kurza, who's outside in the hallway.
I'll pretty much do the same thing I did last round. I'll stand here and be defensive.
All right, you're holding the ground out there. Griff is next.
First disappeared again.
Oh, yeah. Jeez, I gotta put one on the side here. Yeah, there.
I'm gonna attack the one in front of me. I don't think it's been hit.
This one. No, he hasn't. You're right. The others have taken.
I'll swing with the hand axe just in case. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So a couple misses there onto the specters, and what do we have here? We got a Mithra. All right, so 4 of them or 3 of them. Okay, so the one on Griff missed, the one on Mithra missed, but the one on Nod hit. And Nod, you're going to take 5 points of damage from this cold ghostly spectral blade, and that's it for these guys. It's back to you all. I'm sorry, it's Renwick, so he's gonna go for the one next to him and Mithra. Oh, okay, he did get a hit finally. He did max damage, so that one's taking a shot now. So all of them have been hit. Or no, actually, this one has not been hit.
Yeah,
On the
the one in
bottom.
front of
Yeah.
me hasn't been hit.
Yeah, yep. All right, Nod, you're up.
Again, I'm feeling hot. It's been some time since he was hitting. Oh, he is
There you
feeling
go.
hot.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
There
Yeah.
it goes. Okay, so this one turns to dust as well and just disappears in front of you. And now you're left with just the two. Anything you want to step forward or anything, or hold the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold the door.
Okay. All right.
Door.
Mithra, you get. I think this is a 1 attack round. Yeah.
This is a 1. Yeah, I can do the arena acting per opponent. So I think I'm going to act clumsy and then
Play it up
hopefully, yeah, she's not going to give up.
now. All right. Let's do it. Let's see it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so quite the opposite.
Yeah,
Perfect.
swingies.
Yes, and yeah, now you'll have the +2 to your attack.
I think it's +3.
Or +3? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
It's all or nothing.
Oh man, okay. So you definitely smacked it. Let's see how much damage you do.
I had to double check if it's you.
Cause
Yes.
It's okay. So it's
Yeah, yeah.
okay. You want to roll? There we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this one's wearing it
Any extra
also.
bonuses?
Looks pretty rough after that hit. I don't know. Do you have anything else?
No, that's it for me.
All right. All right, Kurza. You holding the hallway?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's definitely safe and sound in the hallway right now. Griff?
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and swing with the hand axe and the short sword. Oh man.
Goodness, it's failing you all of a sudden. Anything else? Want to move at all?
Yeah, I'm gonna step there.
Okay. All right, Renwick's going for the one in front of Mithra again. Oh, okay, another nat 20.
Oh no.
Let's see. I'll
need
roll for
that.
him on this table and see.
I'm getting
Wow.
one too.
Oh, okay. So this
yeah.
thing dissipates as Renwick finds a perfectly placed shot and then chops through this, and you just see this other one disappear. And you're down to the last. Nod, you're up.
Sure. I will finally step out the door to this last one and give him a little taunt of saying I've seen better beards on gnomes and try to hit him with my sword. I would say this in
Oh,
Dwarven
that's
too.
beautiful. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you got I'm so glad you got
Yes.
a crit on that. Look at roll 20 with its back-to-back extremes here.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful hit.
Wow.
That
Serious
Double
torso
damage.
wound.
and that.
13. Let's see what
All
we
right.
got. That
Double
was finally hit.
damage.
Yeah,
6.
26 damage. This thing is teetering on the absolute edge already after one serious torso wound here. That was perfect. Yeah, so this thing is just stumbling, hanging on to a thread of life, and Mithra's up.
I'm going to move in over next and take a swing at him.
Can she finish him off? 4.
All right. With this one.
The way Roll20's been with the extremes, you never know.
Oh.
Two.
It's okay.
I thought it was a crit fail for a second. I just saw red.
No,
Yeah.
no. Not
Okay,
this time.
yeah.
I still get a crack though.
No,
That's
you're
just
good.
for the acting. Yep.
Oh, no. Okay, so unfortunately you missed this time.
Yep.
And you've moved, so you're good. Kurza's got the hall, I assume. You
Oh,
coming
yeah.
in or anything? Okay.
Nope.
Griff? See if you can finish this
Yeah,
off.
replica of the tower.
Yeah, he's getting all the details into the carving now. Oh,
Mm.
that does it. So the last of these spirits
Right at midnight.
dissipates as you hit it with your blade, and you notice that like in the walls, like you were seeing these shadows in the walls where they had formed and come from, and the laughter has died down now. Now it just sounds like almost like whispers coming from the wall, but you don't hear any cackling or laughter like you had before, and you don't see any shapes forming as you did when you first walked in. Now that you got a chance to look around a little bit, you do see this corpse of a Yugoloth. You see the table that looked like potentially a table where they were working on or creating constructs. There's these 4 large bowls of sand. And let's see, what else do you see in the room? Just looking at my notes. There are some blocks over here where you see there's like wooden blocks, and on top of the blocks, plants. And the plants, for those of you that have herbalism, if you'd like to do a quick check, even those of you who don't have herbalism would recognize one of the plants as one that you've seen before. But yeah, and unfortunately you're not sure either which ones they are, but you feel like you've seen 1 or 2 of these plants before in this tower. So you're not sure why they would have it here as well, but underneath these plants there's like little shelves, and if you're looking around in the shelves you'll find a couple of little trinkets, and the first of which is an amulet, and the second of which is a small cache of gold and gems. And I'll paste this in. So you're able to amass that from these little stands underneath the plants and stuff. It looks like they were used at some point. And yeah, that's, I think, the most notable stuff. So anything
Can we
else?
tell? Yeah, can we tell how the Yugoloth died or no? I don't have a special proficiency or anything. I'm just curious.
It'd be
he
like
cut?
survival or medicine.
Yeah, you could do medicine or nature, otherwise maybe just a wisdom check maybe to see, but you'd have a serious minus to it. Let's see if I can tell you anything else about it.
It's too bad Saharn wasn't here.
I would say that, yeah, this would definitely be something he would be able to determine pretty easily, but I think what's most noticeable to you all is that this corpse has probably been there for a very long time, and in your mind maybe it's been there for longer than your own lifetime is what you're starting.
Is there anything going on with these jars of sand? Anything like blatantly obvious? I noticed that they were digging out gems and things from the other stands. If I looked around the pots of sands, is there anything super noticeable?
Yeah, great question. Yeah, so when you look into the sand, you can see that in one of the containers, the second container, you see a handprint in the sand that just looks like a large hand with small claws on it, like a human hand with like small claws on it, and it's like a pretty obvious handprint to you that you can pick out from the disturbed sand. So that would be the most noticeable thing as you're looking at those containers. And
Can I appraise the gems?
yeah, if you want to roll appraisal, I'll tell you what they're worth.
There you go.
All right, so they are, let's see, there you go. So a couple
Very
nice
nice.
gems. And yeah, I think with that, this is probably a good place to stop. But we'll pick up here in this room, in the sand room, we'll call this, for next session. And we'll put this on the calendar for 2 weeks from today and pick back up right here in this room and see if we can't finish this level. You got half of it done tonight, pretty much. Maybe the other half we'll be able to get through next session and see what's in front of you.
This has been quite a level. It's very tricks and trapsy, old school. I love it.
Yeah, good. Thanks. I'm glad you're liking it. There's still a lot of different little things that tie together with the story too for you guys. Hopefully, I'm glad that you were able to use the pool to learn about your brother. I thought that was really awesome role playing, and one of those opportunities that if somebody had that in real life would definitely take it.
Would use it.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool, and yeah, just a lot of really good stuff tonight. And you guys erred on the side of caution on a couple things and took some risks in some other cases. That's what it's all about. You left the crystal alone, but you swiped the crown, for example. But we'll see what it all means next time. I think more will be revealed. You're getting very close to having all the dots finally connected.
All right.
Thanks,
We'll
everybody.
see.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.